All right, so welcome everyone to Friday Night Live with John.
And Patty.
Thank you. I'm going to ask everybody to mute at this time, and if you do have questions or want to comment, you can unmute and interrupt, or you can put a message in the chat.
I didn't know the announcers either, guys, and I watched it.
Oops, who's that? Oh, there's Anna. Anna just joined us.
Hello, Anna.
I'm muted. All right, so let's go with some announcements here. All right, so it's the holiday season, but gift certificates are available year round, all the time. Can call us and we will still do the old fashioned paper gift certificates. You can get gift certificates on our website at repairmyhealth.com. So if someone's looking for a gift for you, and now that, food is off the table, gift baskets are not something that you want, especially on a Candy Eater program. You can just tell them that you want a gift certificate from Alternative Health.
No fruitcakes.
And testimonials. We love testimonials. So if you love what you're doing with us and want to share it, we'd be happy to receive that from you, whether it's written or a little video, or we have a Google page. And we're talking right now about another Zoom call on Friday, December 20th. Up in the air. If we do it, it might be just something fun to, sit around and talk and drink water and lemon juice instead of wine, and everybody bring a favorite Candida friendly or healthy snack or something. But we will talk more about that in the next few weeks and decide whether it'd be worth having it at that time or not. And refer your friends to us. Referrals are the best. Custom meal plans. So if you are struggling, we do have a service that we will create a meal plan for you. We can do a week. We can do 4 weeks. So if it's something that interests you, just let us know and we can talk about it.
These recipes.
It gives you the plan plus the recipe and the shopping list. And also, what do you want to hear us talk about? We always come up with the topics, but if there's something that is specific to you, something you really want to learn about as far as natural health and what we do here, supplements, let us know. We'll be happy to add it to the agenda. And through the month of December, through the end of the year, if you want to do a structured wellness program, John will offer you 10% off.
And you don't have to do it in the month of December either. You just have to commit to it.
Okay. Anything else? Any other announcements that you can think of? All right, well, we will get right into it then. So it's the holidays, all about food.
So I want to welcome everybody to our Friday night get together. And I just want to, first of all, before we start, a little bit ago, a young lady was on, Sarah, and she has been working for us for the past month or so now.
3 weeks.
3 or 4 weeks,
3 or
okay.
4 weeks.
She did sign up. I don't see her now. I don't know what happened. Some of you have talked to her on the phone because she's been doing a lot of the calls. So if you talk to her, very bright young lady, pleasure to have her aboard. So if I get an opportunity to, if she does come back on, I'll introduce her. This past weekend, we went to a show in Marlborough, Mass, and there's at least 2 people on here that we met there, and they're on because of the show. And it was fabulous. If next year you should plan on coming, it is a lot of things to see and listen to and people to talk to. And I don't get out of the booth much because we've stayed so busy. I did 52 Zyto scans in the 2 days. So well, Patty and I and Trish were there. We hardly had time to do anything other than talk to people, which is a wonderful thing. And we got to talk to people about a lot of things and help some people, put them on programs and answer a lot of questions, et cetera, about health and wellness. And it's so refreshing to see people, the numbers of people that are tired of what should I call it, conventional medicine, the drugs. Even some of the people that are nurses and in the medical field understand it. And it's refreshing to know that we have a tendency now to look at both sides, not just the conventional medicine side, but how do we take responsibility for our own health instead of giving it to somebody else and making it their responsibility to tell us what drugs we should take. And that's kind of why we want to talk about tonight is food, holidays. And we're going to kind of put them together because food and what we put in our body is a most important thing that we do every single day. But when the holidays comes around, we think of it as a celebration. And a celebration normally means we're marking something special, an event or a holiday. We can celebrate somebody's birthday, a religious holiday, or as Patty put on here, a famous battle. Okay. So, but the whole idea is we want to celebrate, and it's good to celebrate. It's wonderful to celebrate. But unfortunately, what we do is we take the celebrations and it's all about food. And normally the food is not good for us. All right. It is not the things that we should be doing to ourselves. We poison ourselves with food. And I don't know how much you've been watching and listening to different things lately, but they've been talking about the different foods that we have that we can buy readily on the shelves, that we're the only country that allows certain ingredients to go into certain foods. And a lot of people feel that the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry somewhat work hand in hand, because if we eat really bad and put things in our body that's unhealthy, we're going to be sick. And if we're sick, what do we need? The pharmaceutical industry. And it just keeps going around and around and around. And even when we start talking about all the weight loss things you see on TV, it's all about chemicals and drugs. It's all about, the quick fix. And we don't want to be sitting here talking about don't celebrate the holidays. But what we want to try to impress upon you is we don't have to have the foods that we're used to having to celebrate, because all we're doing is hurting ourselves. And I can almost guarantee you that everybody that's on here tonight at one time or another, and I won't say one time, many times or another, have celebrated, eaten, and done the things that people do when they celebrate and felt miserable, just felt awful, sick. But yet we keep doing it over and over and over. And my theory is it's because when I was doing it, I didn't know any different. I just thought that's the way it is. That's what you do. So you just follow the crowd. I'm a sheep amongst the flock, and I just do what everybody else does. So what we want to talk about a little bit about is how can we change that for ourselves? Not saying that we want to go and tell everybody else what they have to do. If people want to eat the pies and the cakes, let them. Next to our Southwick office, there is a really, really good food. They grow their own food, Blossoming Acres.
Blossoming Acres.
And during the summertime, they're good. But on the holidays, they do pies.
Mhm.
And on the holidays, the day before Thanksgiving, before Christmas, etc., they have to have policemen out in front of the driveway to get people in and out. Okay. And people come out of there, and I will tell you, I've had their pie. It is good. Okay. But people come out with not one pie or two pies, 4, 5 pies that they order in advance so they have to celebrate the holidays. That's what gets us in trouble. All the gluttonous amount of food that we put in our body day in and day out, especially during the holidays. I believe it was last month I made mention that between Thanksgiving and New Year's, there's more heart attacks and strokes in that short 5-6 week period than there are virtually the rest of the year combined. And the reason for that is the way we eat, what we put in our body, and we couple that with a lot of stress. We always talk about sitting at the table with family and the stress it brings, et cetera, and different people, but it is stress. It can create financial stress. It can create all kinds of things. But what do? We celebrate, we eat, we abuse ourselves, and then we wonder why the body feels the way it feels or reacts the way it reacts. So what role does food play in a celebration? Okay. Basically what food does is it creates a connection. Everybody sits down the table and they visit. A community, you hear all the time when they have community lunches. Springfield has their pancake breakfast, and they have this huge long table for blocks, and see if we can eat more pancakes than somebody else in the country that has a record. But it's all about that food, and we think we're bringing ourselves together when in fact we're not. We are bringing people together, but a lot of times in an unhealthy environment. Okay, but a lot of cultures, food is essential to social gatherings. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate: I'm not saying don't get together and eat. What I want to say is we get together and we eat what is good for our body. Now you're going to say, well, and I've heard this over the 25 years I've been doing this. I've heard it a million times if I've heard it once. Well, I can't go to grandma's house or mom's house. I can't go to my friend's house and not eat. I have to, because it's rude. It is not rude not to eat. It is not rude not to eat the foods that your body should not or cannot tolerate. That is not rude. That's smart. That is taking care of yourself. If you are adverse to drugs and you go to somebody's house and somebody's using drugs, if you think, well, I have to do it because they're doing it, then what we become is a chameleon. We're just falling in line with what everybody else is doing. We're just going to be just like them, etc. So what I propose is that and I've heard this many times, where people will ask questions. Why are you eating that way? Why are you eating healthy? And sometimes it's educational, and sometimes you're helping people to understand that there is a different way to live. Because a lot of people are not going to strike out on their own. Most of the people that are listening here they have done it already. They've changed their lifestyle. They've gotten healthier. The people that are on here listening right now, one gentleman been coming in here for 20 years, and 20 years ago they wanted to cut his colon out, and he had to change his lifestyle. We talked and put him on a very strict program for 2 or 3 months, and he still has his colon. But he knows if he eats a certain way, he's going to have issues. And he has to understand and let other people know that, hey, I can't do that. And it's okay to be that way. It's okay to be the one sitting there eating vegetables while everybody else is eating cherry pie. It's okay. All right. And in a lot of ways, people respect you for it because they know that you are taking care of yourself and that you care enough about yourself and your family to do what is right for you. Okay. But we still want to get together. We don't want to say, I can't eat, so I got to stay away. And even if, and I say this because Clayton, I'll say who it is. Okay. Clayton, he and I have talked over the years many, many times, in that he's done liquid and went to a restaurant with friends to have breakfast, but he's on liquid and he won't eat. And I know he's probably taken some ribbing and, stuff like that, but he still has his colon. And that's the bottom line. So we have to learn that we can do two things and we don't have to do the things that is going to harm us. But food does play a role in celebrations, which is perfectly fine. Okay, so what does that mean for our health? Okay, so basically, this is what the table might look like when you go to a party for the holidays. And you can see there's a lot of carbs, a lot of sweets, a lot of creams, stuff like that, okay? And that is the norm. Now, versus the healthy version, salmon, brown rice, lots of green vegetables, that type of thing. So I've taken criticism over the years when I talk to people, and I'll tell them that I have salmon and vegetables for breakfast. And I've had people look at me like I was growing a horn out of my forehead, asking me, how can you eat salmon and vegetables for breakfast? And I say simple, I just cook it and I put it on the plate and I eat it. I mean, it doesn't matter what time of day. But unfortunately, we get locked into this meal has to be this type of food, and this meal has to be that type of food, etc. And that is 100% untrue. Good health is every meal. Good health is breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, whatever you call it. That is good health. And that's what we should put in our body. And if it means we do vegetables every meal, so be it. And you will be much, much healthier than you will be if you go to the first picture. So understand, we have to adjust to our health. We have to get away from the mindset that there are rules. There are no rules. You can do whatever you want to do. You can eat whatever you want, good or bad, but don't let anybody tell you that, for example, breakfast, you can't eat vegetables. If you can eat a donut, you can eat vegetables. And unfortunately, a lot of people eat donuts for breakfast, lunch, and some for dinner, okay, and snacks. So that's what happens to us, and we get caught in this trap about what to eat and what food really is about. Food is for healing. Food is for energy. Food is for nutrition. The first screen, I would like anybody to tell me what nutrients you can get out of that. I'll wait. And the answer is 0. In fact, you're robbing the body of nutrients because the body has to use whatever energy and nutrients it has in order to process that kind of food. Now, am I going to sit here and tell you I never ever touch anything like that since I've gotten well 25 years ago? No, that'd be wrong. I've eaten some of those Ritz crackers. I can't say that I've had donuts or those, whatever, jelly beans, whatever they are. I don't think I've had those. But if I did, it was 1 or 2. Okay. But I can tell you I eat a lot of salmon, a lot of vegetables, a lot of steak, legumes, brown rice, all that stuff. Because that's what got me healthy and will keep me healthy. So what are the goals for health for next year? Okay. It's hard to believe 2025.
I know.
Wow.
I was very typing that in
Seemed
there.
like right around the corner, it was 2000. They were worried about all the computers crashing. Here we are 25 years later. My goodness. Okay. So what are your goals? What do you want for health? And I hope all of you are saying that you want good health, okay? But you have to set a goal. You have to tell yourself, this is what I want for my health. This is what I want for my family's health. And as I told somebody over the weekend, I was talking to them and I asked them, They said they want to get well. And I said, why? And they said, I don't know, I just want to get well. I said, no, I can't work with you unless you have a why. So as you think about your health, you have to ask yourself, why do I want to change my health? What is your why? And it can be something very simple, but it can't be just about you. It's got to be another reason. And the reason for that is we have a tendency to turn on ourselves really easily. And that's too hard. It's not worth it. Because a lot of times we don't think we are worth it. But we think our kids are worth it, our grandkids are worth it. Okay. And when I hear somebody say, I want to be around for my grandkids, I want to be able to play with them, I want to be able to keep up with them, I want to be able to be at my kids' weddings, and now that's the why. Okay. Because if you give up, you're giving up on them. And most level-headed adults aren't going to give up on their children or their grandchildren or spouses or something like that. But we will give up on ourselves. We quit on ourselves way too much. And the reason is because we have not learned to love ourselves enough. We have to love ourselves more, and I say this again, more than anything else on this earth. Okay? You notice I said on this earth. So I love my God more than I love anything else. But then after that, I have to love myself. And for the things that I love, I have to take care of. I have to take care of myself. Then by doing that, I am able to take care of the other things in my life that are important to me. For me, it can be my business. It can be my friends. It can be my children or grandchildren, whatever it is. But those are the things, as things filter down, that I can take care of if I am healthy. If I don't take care of myself and I'm not healthy, too much effort and energy is put into survival mode rather than taking care of the things that I need to take care of. So when you start thinking about your health goals for 2025, I don't want you to think about yourself and say, I just want to feel better. Okay? That should be a given, but I want you to think about, why is it important for 2025 to be a good year for you health-wise? Is it your job? Is it the fact you just retired or you have a lot of free time, you want to travel? Whatever it might be, but you got to have a goal and a why. Okay. So when we start thinking about our health, we need to think about reflect. We have to reflect, first of all, on where we're at, our personal health. First of all, we have to think about where we are, meaning, how do I feel? How do I feel right now? And I'm not just talking about physically, I'm talking about emotionally, physically, and spiritually, because they're all connected. You got to think about, where am I now? And what areas can I fix or improve on or work on? What should I work on right now? Because that will change as we go through life. Okay. As we go through the month, the year, whatever it might be, that's going to change. Some things will get better. Some things will worsen depending on how life is going for us. Then we have to think about, where have I been? And based on where I'm at now, am I healthier now than I was before? Last year, the year before, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it might be? Or have I regressed? Am I less healthy? Have I just abused myself and not done anything? And these are things that we have to think about ourselves. We have to take them, put them in our mind, and say, be honest with ourselves. Too many people just kind of go through life and say, it is what it is. I'll fix it tomorrow. I'll procrastinate. I have a family member who I just talked to today who is hurting really bad. But the person's never taken care of themselves. And I've talked to him until I'm blue in the face about, you must take care of yourself. And I get the feedback, yeah, I hear you, just leave me alone. Okay. It's my business. It is your business until that person starts complaining about how miserable they feel and they want assistance or help to fix it. but they don't want to do the things that they need to do to fix it. Okay? And so that becomes a burden. Do you want to be a burden on people? For those of you who had to take care of parents, have had to take care of people that are unhealthy and didn't take care of themselves, you'd already know the answer. Then we have to ask ourselves, where am I headed? What direction have I chosen? And in anything in life, we have a choice. We can go one way or the other. It's our choice. Okay. Oftentimes when I talk to people, say in churches and stuff, they'll say, it just doesn't seem fair that this, my health is here. And I always want to say, okay, but when you were on your way to this health problem, did you ever stop and think, now I'm going the wrong direction. I need to stop, turn around, go the opposite direction, make the right turn and fix it. But we wait until we hit the dead end, until we're hurting so bad that we can't deal with it, or we're in a hospital, or something bad has happened. Okay. So we have to always reflect on ourselves, and we have to take the responsibility and the accountability as to where we're at, where we've been, and where we're headed, because that's all up to us. Nobody else can do it. This weekend, I must have told 30, 40 people, it's your choice. You don't have to get well. Keep going the direction you're going. It's perfectly fine. I won't try to convince you otherwise. Okay? But if you want to change, it's hard. And Holly was saying earlier that for those of you who aren't on, that it's a weekend and she'd like pasta and she'd like some wine. Yeah, that's true. There was a day as I was getting well, that was my first thought. I just want to have what I'm used to. But you have to think what you were doing and what you were used to is why you're here trying to change what you're changing. So we have to let that go. We have to get rid of it, divorce ourselves from it and say, I don't need it. But on the same token, we have to find something else to fill the gap. Okay? We can't sit around and feel deprived, or our mind takes us back to what made us feel better before. So our goal, and Patty's and Trish and Sarah and myself, our goal is to help you when people like Holly need information, recipes, to say, hey, here's something you might try, and other people that can help you that have been through it and change their life.
Yeah,
Ready?
yeah, I'm ready. Are you?
Huh.
Figure you might need a breather. You've been talking a lot.
I'll drink water. Okay. So the challenge of life.
Mhm.
Okay. The challenge of life. We were at a seminar a couple of weeks ago in Orlando, and a gentleman did a little presentation. It was a short presentation. And he was, and it was about health. It was about our Zyto scan. It was more education on that and that type of thing. But he said, I'm going to read this to you, okay? He said, it is fair to say that the challenge of life comes down to balancing what really matters with what's necessary for survival. Let that sink in a little bit, okay? Timeless moments with those you love, out in nature, engrossed in one's passion, over against the alarm clock, the time clock, the constant demands of keeping the lights on. The task of life, according to great sages, religions, and wisdom traditions, is extending this timeless sense of being into the mundane, so that all of life becomes heaven on earth. The measure of where we're at with this is stress. Moving toward it is healing. Now, most people don't want to be healed. Okay? Say it again. Most people don't want to be healed. They want something fixed. That is why they start from the outside in, at the physical level. That's why most solutions offered do the same. Just like most restaurants offer fast foods, it's what the market wants. It's not wrong. It just leaves out the heavenly element. Okay? And Patty and I sat there and we listened to that and we said, wow, that's powerful. All right. Most people want to be fixed. You know, they don't want to change. They don't want to be healed. They want it fixed. And I know we have some medical people on here, and I'm not denigrating medicine. However, there are certain things in our life, and when it comes to health, that only we can fix. The hospitals can't fix it. Okay, they can't heal you. They can fix it for a while. They can put you back together if you're in an accident. That's the wonders of medicine. But when it comes to day-to-day lifestyle, we have to get healed. And healing is not only physical, but mental. We have to let go of the idea that I have to have these foods. I have to go out on a Friday, Saturday night, and I have to drink. We don't have to. A once in a while is okay. A drink here and there is okay, unless you're on a Candida program. For those of you on Candida, okay, just making everything square. But once you're healed, it's okay. Okay, you do not have to be 100. Excuse me, my phone was ringing. You do not have to be 100% perfect, but we have to understand to stay healed. We have to keep doing the things that got us healed, instead of trying to keep up with everything else that everybody else is doing. So, if anybody has any comments on that, what I read, I'd be interested to hear it. Or if you want it read again, that's fine too.
Yes.
Okay, Patty just went to answer the phone, so if you make the necessary changes in your life today, it will lead to a different and better future for you and the people that are surrounded you, that you surround you. Hold on. Okay. So, all right, what does healthy look like? This is what healthy looks like when it comes to food. Okay. It is the fresh, it is the berries, it is the good grains, the brown grains, it's the vegetables. Now, there might be people on here that say, I don't like vegetables, and I've heard this so many times. I don't eat vegetables. And I have to tell you, if you don't eat vegetables, you will never be healthy. Okay. You can't be healthy. You have to get the nutrition from vegetables. You can eat lots of protein. That's fine. It doesn't have to be meat. It can be avocados. It can be nuts. It can be a lot of things. But we need the nutrition from vegetables. Not overcooked. Raw is best. We need things that our body can digest and break down. Okay? So we need sunshine. Get out and get in the sun. Get out and enjoy what God has put on this earth. You can't sit in your house under fluorescent lights and think you're being healthy. It doesn't work. Or in the office, whatever it might be. You've got to get outside. You've got to breathe the fresh air. You've got to look at the sun and let it hit you in the face, especially morning and evening as the sun rises and as the sun sets. You've got to get some exercise. You've got to just stretch and let your body breathe deep. That's the picture of health. So, some of the things that can bring us joy and health is the smell of grass after it rains. Okay, obviously in the summertime, we didn't smell too much grass after this rain, but you know, it's in the fall. Freshly baked cookies. Now somebody's going to say, well, you said we shouldn't eat those. So we put that in there on purpose because I told Patty it's her turn to tell you about maybe a couple of recipes that you can make cookies that are healthy, even if you're on Candida.
Right, so most of our baking treats, as I call them, call for maple syrup as a sweetener. So as we talked earlier before we started the recording, is that you on a Candida program can't have maple syrup until after you get through your liquid detox days. So we've got some recipes. We have a simple lemon cookie. It's almond flour, lemon, fresh lemon juice, lemon zest, and maple syrup. Easy to make, tastes great. We've got an oatmeal cookie recipe that is the ingredients are butter, egg, the vanilla instant meal, because that helps as a sweetener with this one, a gluten-free flour, and then your salt, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, and rolled oats. So if anyone is looking for what I call treat recipes that has made it past their liquid detox days on a Candida program, let me know, and I'd be happy to share some with you. Another thing with our instant meal, you can make bark. If you remember the holiday peanut butter bark type snack, it's used instant meal and coconut oil. And add, nuts, or, if you aren't on Candida anymore, you can add raisins or dried cranberries. It's a great little treat. One of my sons-in-law loves it. And I make it for him occasionally. That's like what I'm giving him for Christmas. So lots of things you can do to what am I trying to say? To have something that's sweet, that's not bad for you.
And all you're doing is teaching your brain that you don't need sugar. Okay, you don't need the sugar. So if you want any of those recipes, and most of the time, when people ask me about recipes, I say, call Patty. Okay, and Patty actually makes the stuff at home, and her family eats them, right?
Yeah, yes,
Mark?
yeah,
Okay.
always, yeah,
So
yeah.
other things. Who doesn't love hearing your favorite song on the radio? Okay. It brings back memories and nostalgia and thought of friends and stuff that makes you happy. Seeing good sunlight, all right? Whether it shines through the trees or anywhere, just nice, bright sunlight. The warmth of fresh laundry. See, I don't know if that brings me a lot of joy, but that's some people might, I don't know. But the next one, long hug, brings me joy. Okay, I love to hug. And for those people at the show for 2 days, I hugged everybody. Everybody I've talked to, I gave a hug. Okay, right, Holly? And I do it for me. That feeling of camaraderie, that feeling of sharing, that feeling of love to each other is so important. Don't be afraid to hug. Especially a lot of men feel that, hugging isn't manly. Baloney. Okay? There is a reason why men don't live as long as women, to be honest with you, because we have some of these dumb ideas. So tell your husbands and brothers and stuff that won't hug, tell them to get over it. Okay? It does a heart good. It does our mind good. It makes us feel good, and that's all that matters. So those are some of the small things that can bring us joy and happiness. So we want to give you some tips for just being healthy. Okay. First of all, we got to let go of stress. All right. Somebody said, Maureen, I'm going to pick on you a little bit here. Talking about coming up here and going to Long Island. And you're worried because what if the flight's late? What if this? What if that? Listen, people that worry all the time are going to have gastrointestinal issues. Okay? It is called the gut-brain connection. People worry. You cannot control the weather. You cannot do it. All right? We know it's Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving comes in the fall. We live in the north and northeast. And with fall or early, late fall comes snow, rain, et cetera, sometimes ice, whatever it might be. It's going to happen. You can't stop it if the flight is an hour late, so be it. You just have another hour to think about the joy of seeing family when you get to see them. Okay? So for everything that is a stressor, everything, all right, there's something positive. For everything that happens to us that isn't right or fair, if we look hard enough and we move to the light, we will find something good. We will, but we have to look for it. It's no different than talking about what we eat. We eat well, we feel well. Okay. And I'm going back to Holly. Said she's on her third day of the program. She has all kinds of energy. Why? She's putting good fuel in her body. All right. When you put good fuel in your body, it's easier for the mind to work better. When the mind works better, it tells your body everything's going to be okay. We're good. We're going to be fine. All right. Had a gentleman come in last night. I was hoping he'd sign on, him and his wife. They came in and got foot baths, and they just finished their liquid days. And he said, when you told me I had to go 3 days without eating, I thought, there's no way, I can't do that. He said it wasn't hard. It was easy because we put our mind into something else. But if we think about, oh my gosh, I can't eat, let me tell you, you're not going to be able to do it. It's just the way it works. You have to be thinking healthy in order to be healthy. Okay. So you cannot escape the difficult days. You can only learn to live through them. All right. So, like I said, for every difficulty, there's something bright. There will be, but we have to weed through it, find the light, and go to it, and we will find something good. You got to forget the mistake. Remember the lesson. Every mistake is a lesson. I tell that to my staff when I'm training them. They say, oh, I made a mistake. You learned a lesson. You learned something not to do. That's what we got to do. So hopefully we don't need the same lesson over and over and over, but, if it does, we do. So these are some of the little things that we got to do in order to be healthy. A lot of people, when they get into difficult days, they make mistakes. What do they turn to? Bad food. Okay, we abuse ourselves. We get angry with ourselves. Things are so rotten, so this, so that, and you know what? I just need something. I need a candy bar. I need an alcohol, a drink, whatever. No, we have to say, you know what? Nothing lasts forever. Good or bad, nothing lasts forever. There's always changes. So if you're going through a difficult time, a dark time, you're going through the first week of Candida, let me tell you something, it's going to get better. Okay? Everything changes. If you make a mistake, don't belabor it. Just remember, hey, I learned something. I learned not to put my hand on that hot stove. Okay? So I'm not going to do it again, and I'm going to be better off for it. So, before you heal someone, we have to ask if they're willing to give up the things that make them sick. Oh, that's so appropriate for food. Okay? It's the food that makes us sick. It's not the other people around us. It's not the weather. It's not the job. It's what we're putting in our body, and we have to learn to give that up. Now, there are other things that sometimes we have to give up. Sometimes we have to give up relationships. We do. Sometimes we have to move on from people because we outgrow them, whatever it might be. Sometimes there is other things we have to give up other than food. But we will never get well if you continue down the path that you're on and you're unhealthy. It won't work. And that's a lot of times what we want, especially when it comes to the holidays. We say, well, it's the holidays, and I'll just do it for the holidays. If you do it for the holidays, you're going to do it beyond the holidays. It's the way it works. Okay, our brain doesn't say, oh, January 2nd, party's over, change. It's not going to be that way. We have to teach our body that we don't need it anytime, but yet we can still enjoy life. We can still have fun. When I was young and foolish, I thought I had to go out on Friday and Saturday nights with the guys and drink beer and be the last one done. But I was young and foolish. As we get older, as we get smarter, we understand that was kind of a dumb way to live our life. And I paid the price for it because I was very unhealthy and it almost cost me my life because of what I did before. Okay? You have to say, are you willing to give up the things that make you sick if you really want to get well and be healed? And that was way back with Hippocrates. So that's not a recent thing. That's been forever. Okay? And again, when things are dark, the sun is always shining somewhere. All right, even on the cloudiest days. For those of you who fly, you get on an airplane, it's cloudy, raining, plane takes off, gets up in the air, and all of a sudden, boom, there's sunshine. It's going to come through sooner or later. All right. We just have to find the ray and see it, wait for it to come and greet us. And that makes the hard time so much easier, knowing it's not going to last, because nothing bad lasts forever. So when you're trying to give up things and you know that you need to do things differently, okay? And sometimes it's very, very hard. And a lot of times people that are going through, like alcohol withdrawal and drugs and stuff, they use this to help people, okay? But food is so addictive. Sugar is so addictive. So 4 things to tell yourself every single day. I am a warrior. Okay? And if you're a warrior, you are strong. That's what a warrior is. Second thing is, I can do it. I can do it. For those of you who come into our offices, we have what we call MindFit. And one of the lessons the doctor talks about is I can. It's very powerful. Every time I put that on somebody and they get done with it, they go, wow, I feel so much better. The third one, I am a winner. And I think this one is so important because most of us, myself included, Patty will attest to this, we talk down to ourselves. Okay? We talk bad about ourselves when we do something wrong. We get angry with ourselves. And when and I'll just use me, and Patty's heard this, so I can't even say I don't do it. When I make a mistake, what do I say?
Stupid man.
I'll say something like that. Oh, you stupid man. That tells me in reality, you're not a winner. Okay? Because if I walked up to Patty and she did something wrong, I say, are you stupid? Or you're a stupid person. That isn't telling her she's a winner. All right. So we have to learn, and it's hard. It's hard to tell yourself it's okay. All right. I made a mistake, but I'm a winner. All right. So think about and love yourself enough to talk to yourself that way. You're a winner. And I'm going to take you to the dinner table and say, when you look at that cherry pie or pumpkin pie or pecan pie, whatever, and you say, oh, I want that so bad. No, you're a winner. You don't need it. Okay. You're a warrior and you can do it. You can let it pass. And then today is my day. Okay. Today is my day. Every day is your day. Not yesterday, because yesterday's in the past. Not tomorrow, because that's not here. It's not guaranteed. It is today. Today is your day, all day long. Because you're a winner, you're a warrior, and you can do whatever in the heck you want to do. So you always have to remember, you become what you feed your mind. If you think you can't do it, you won't do it. If you think you're a loser, you're a loser. If you think you're destined to be overweight, you're going to be overweight. If you think you're destined to be sick, you're going to be sick. Period. But you have to remember that's all in your mind. Whatever you do is in your mind. The body will follow, but the mind is driving you whatever direction, positive or negative. negative. 。 I mentioned earlier about light. You gotta get out in the light. You've gotta get out, okay? Spend time outdoors during the daylight. Open your curtains and blinds for some natural light. If you have options, position your workspace near a window. Get some light. When we sit in the dark, people that who go in, teenagers will do this a lot. They'll go in their room, shut everything down, and just sit in there on their phone or whatever it might be. When I was a kid, it wasn't phones, but it was, it was probably listening to radio or whatever. But that's what gets people depressed. Okay. When I was stationed in Alaska and we would go through months of no sunlight and the depression was horrible. People get so depressed because there's no light. Once the light came and it was light for 23 hours a day, everybody was happy and joyful and doing things. But when it got dark, forget it. People, all they want to do is fight and argue and sleep. That was it. Get out and see the light. I always tell people, find the light and move towards the light, because that's what it tells me in scripture. That's what I believe. Stay active. Okay. When you feel like eating, go do something. Okay. Move. A brisk walk. It doesn't have to, you don't have to go to the gym. You can just go for a walk. You can do fun things. If you've got kids and grandkids, play with them and do stuff and just have fun. Okay. That will boost your mood. I don't know about you, but I'll look at some stuff on my phone and they have these things with kids and dogs and the kids are laughing and the little babies laughing. There's nothing, you cannot be down and in a bad mood if you're around youngsters that are laughing and having a good time. It is impossible. So if you have that opportunity, do it. Whether you're watching it or whatever. To me, when I have a long day and I just feel tired, sometimes I'll look at those. Sometimes I even send them to Patty, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
I do. It cracks me up. Okay. Because you can't be in a bad mood. You have anything to say?
Yeah.
Most important, maintain a healthy diet. If we eat poorly, we're going to be sluggish. We don't want to see the light. We don't want to exercise. We don't want to do anything but do what? Eat more. Eat more. Okay. How many times have I heard people say it just like I can't get full? That's because you're eating poorly. Your body's not getting the right nutrition and your body is begging for nutrients. So what we do is we feed it that stuff that we showed in the beginning, and it doesn't do anything for us and except rob the body of the nutrients that it already has and that it desperately needs. So you have to eat good nutrient-rich foods, things like fish, nuts, seeds, avocados, what's some other things? Good legumes.
Your proteins, your good
Yeah,
proteins.
good proteins, okay? Drink half of your weight in ounces of water every day. Stay as close to the legal food list or superfood list as you possibly can. Even though you're not on programs, but that's what you need to do. You need to stay close to those kind of foods. Eating is the most important thing that we do for health. What we eat, what we decide not to eat is going to make us healthy or unhealthy.
As far as, surviving the holidays, if you're not hosting, you're going to somebody's house for a meal or just social hour, offer to bring something that you're going to eat and it's going to be healthy for you. I brought in some hummus today and some of these crackers, so John and I could have a little snack before class started. So
Candida friendly.
both Candida friendly, yep. These are the Blue Diamond Almond Artisan Nut Thins. And brown rice flour, almonds, potato starch, brown rice, flax seeds, sea salt, and oil. Okay.
If you're trying to lose weight, don't overdo them. But
Always,
they're
read
legal.
read the nutrition facts. So it's 13 crackers in a serving size, 130 calories. But that's something, you could bring a little charcuterie board with hummus and legal crackers and some veggies. Or, make a nice side dish, something. I had sent, I think Holly, the butternut squash macaroni recipe. It's a faux mac and cheese made with butternut squash. So there's,
And it's
lots of
delicious.
things. It's excellent. So, make things that you can eat. I know Maureen and her daughter Lori, when they were on program, and they were going somewhere, they always brought a dish that they knew they could eat. And I think everybody else ate it too. So people think that healthy food isn't tasty, but it definitely is.
Socialize and seek support. Okay, connect with friends and family. But one thing I'm going to stress is you want to connect with people that think like you. Okay, if you're trying to get healthy and you're connecting with people that are unhealthy and non-supportive, it's a really hard journey. You really, especially when you're first starting out, being healthy or getting back on track or whatever it might be, you've got to be around people that have the same thoughts, or at least have this, give you the support that you need. Okay. If you're hanging around with people, they know that you're unhealthy and you got to get healthy, and you're trying to be healthy and they're bringing pizzas in and laughing about how you can't eat it, that is not a good friend. I'm sorry. Okay. So sometimes you just have to choose your friends and family, and work around it while you're trying to get your body and your mind to where it needs to be. And even if it's virtual, share your feelings. I will tell each and every one of you, and virtually everyone has already heard this. If you need to talk, call me. You have my cell number, call me. I'll listen. I can't probably fix your problem. I might give you some ideas. You might like them, you might not, but I'll be there for you. I promise you that. Okay, we all need support. We all need to be heard. We all need to vent sometimes. That's just part of life. And it's healthy to do it. It's not healthy to hold it in. It's not healthy to hunker down all by yourself and not share. And that's why I like people that do programs with each other, whether it's mother-daughter, whether it's husband and wife, whether it's two friends, etc. Because it makes it so much easier, because you have somebody to talk to that's going through the same thing that you are. And they're always much more successful, right?
Mhm.
Almost always more successful. So we do what we call e-box sessions for people that come in. We've talked about this. Changes your perceptions of things. And if you change your perception, what do you change?
Your life.
Your life. Okay. Change your perception, change the way you think, change the way you act, change what you're doing that's gotten you to the point where you don't want to deal with it. Change it, and then your life changes. But it's a hurdle to get over, and it takes a family. Okay. You've heard that before. It takes a family, it takes a community, it takes a family to do it. And Tony Naylor uses that on
Village.
huh?
Takes a
It
village.
takes a village. That's right. It takes a village. And I like that. Okay. Because, and we want to be part of your village. Okay. So we do our Zyto scans. If you haven't done them, let us know. It's good to see where your body's at, where it's headed, etc. I highly, highly recommend, if you haven't detoxed in a while, right after Thanksgiving, I would recommend you do a detox, and then again after the new year. And we're gonna be doing a group right after the new year, okay? But we need to take care of ourselves, okay? We need to love ourselves enough to take care of ourselves and be healthy, not just for yourself. Don't do it for you. Your why's got to be something else to make you say, I see it, I'm going to go after it, and I'm not going to stop until I get there. And that's what makes success.
Mhm. And if you haven't already joined our private Facebook page, there's a QR code right there for you, or the URL up above that lets you in, and well, you asked to join and I will let you in if. Yeah, I will let you in.
I'm gonna try to say something funny.
I was gonna try to say something funny and I'm tired and I it didn't come to me quick enough. So on our private Facebook page, it's all of you, it's clients, people who've been through programs, people who are on programs, supporting each other, sharing their meals and it's a good group of people. A few nights ago, I think Holly had posted something and I didn't see it till the next morning, but 3 of our regular clients responded to her, so it made me happy and proud of our clients that are on that page.
And a happy Patty makes a happy business.
You know it. All right, so thank you for joining us.
So the bottom line is, the holidays are here. Take care of yourself. Don't let it get carried away, okay? You can have fun, you can be with family, friends, travel, but just say to yourself, you know what? I'm important. Treat yourself the way you would treat your children. You love them, you take care of them, you tell them don't do things that's going to hurt them, so don't hurt yourself. Don't let food hurt you, okay? Enjoy it, but don't get hurt.
All right.
Okay.
Sarah's back on.
Who?
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah's on. Sarah, turn your camera on.
Hi.
What
I'm-
she said?
I don't know if I should turn my camera on, but I can.
We saw you earlier, but then you disappeared on us.
Good.
Okay, this is Sarah. Hi, everybody. She's been working with us for, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks now. Got a great work ethic, very good. If you've talked to her, you've already know that she's very good at talking, communicating. Sarah, do you have any good words of wisdom for everybody? I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm going to.
That's okay. I'm gonna pull over for a second so I can come on too. I don't know if you
Oh,
can.
she's driving.
Oh, she's
Her
got-
son has a performance.
Oh, there she
tonight.
is.
She's on her way to that.
she has what?
Her
performance?
son has a showcase.
Oh, okay.
He's
All right.
yeah.
Do you have any words of wisdom for everybody?
Well, I like what you said with you know, being good to yourself first before worrying about anyone else's. Like how you would take care of your kids. And I think what I like to say to everyone on the phone too is really allow yourself to have that rest that you need to get well too. And it's just the same thing with, I guess, being around folks. Just allow yourself your own space to make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's the first thing. With this is my first program during the holidays, so I wish I had more to offer for what's coming up, but I really like the Facebook page to have that community there too. So yeah, use that because it's easier to share what you're holding on to. It's less of a load if you share it. So yeah, I'm happy to listen to anyone.
Now, truth be told, Sarah is doing a Candida program right now.
I am.
And she just finished her first detox. She did 7 days of liquid. Okay. So I see Holly shaking her head. Okay. And I bet you when Sarah, and I haven't asked her this, but I'll bet you when Sarah started, she did not think she was going to do 7 days. Did you?
No, and I took it day by day. I wasn't,
Yep.
I wanted to give myself a goal, but I also knew that I had to just take it one day at a time and see how I was feeling that day. And then just keep going for more because I felt really good when I was doing the detox. So I just thought it was going to be better for my body overall to just keep going. And it's
Then
easier.
right. Sorry.
Well, I thought so for me.
Good. And then when she was done, she asked me is it ever okay just to go right back on liquid because she felt better than she did when she was eating. Okay, because all that energy that normally would go into digestion went to healing and stuff like that. So I told her no, she had to continue eating. Detox will come up again. So Okay,
Thank you, Sarah.
thank you, Sarah. I hope your son has a good, whatever it is he's doing.
He's singing and dancing tonight. I'm excited.
Oh, okay. Good.
Nice.
Okay. Any questions from anybody? I'd like to hear questions or feedback or thoughts, anything.
Hi. So I'm interested to know on this Candid program that you guys are talking about.
Okay, so have we set up a time with it?
Yeah, next Friday.
Okay,
So we
we're
can
gonna discuss, we're gonna discuss that at length when we do your consultation,
Okay,
the
yeah.
schedule, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay.
So Sano was one of the many people who wanted Zytos, but just we couldn't squeeze her in and
Yeah. And
the-
I've done,
the sh-
I actually did it, but I haven't had the consultation. Like
Right.
I got the result and all, but it's just I haven't. Yeah.
Right. The show ended Sunday at 4:30 and at 5:15, John was still doing Zytos.
Actually, it was 5:45 when I finished the last one. yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's
They were telling people, please leave, and everybody was standing, waiting for me to scan them. So, but
Yeah. So the last 5 people, he just scanned them and then we're trying to
Yeah.
schedule the consultations via Zoom. So yeah, so Sano's scheduled for next week.
yes. Thank
and the
you.
last lady was a singer.
Yeah, she sang.
Opera singer. She came up with a song and sang to us at the very end. So right there in the booth.
Yeah.
Okay, no questions? Everybody's good? Okay, we're gonna do our drawings. Every month I do 4 drawings. You gotta be on, and when we call your name, you gotta answer. If you don't, it goes to somebody else. I give $100 gift certificate for the first drawing. And then I give a $50 gift certificate for the second drawing, and then 2 $25 gift certificates. And but you have to use them before the next class. You can use them for product, services, whatever you want. So we've got them all in here. Double check, make sure I got everybody. Gloria, are you still there? Well, hopefully she'll answer if we want to draw her name.
Thanks.
For $100,
It's a shallow bowl.
you can't see, and then I got them,
I know, but I don't want, I'm being honest, being fair. I don't, okay.
what, usually you're not, or what?
I always am. So why
Okay.
you question me tonight?
I'm not.
But you are.
$100. Gloria Townsend. Are you there, Gloria?
Yay.
Glory. Gloria.
Gloria. She doesn't answer.
Oh.
Gloria? One more time?
Oh, Gloria.
Sorry. Okay. Okay, we're gonna redraw the 100.
Oh. All right, let's see who I can get next. There we go.
Okay, so for the $100 that Gloria didn't get, Clayton Siegel. Are you there, Clayton? Where'd you
Yeah,
go?
I'm here.
It's right there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, read, where you go?
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
Clayton has been a client for almost 20 years.
No, longer.
Yeah, he's the one.
Yeah,
that-
He
probably.
was a client before me and I've been.
Yeah,
20
about
years.
21 years now. Yep. 2003, I believe.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, number
There you go.
$50.
I feel
If you ever
richer.
want to hear a story, ask Clayton.
Storyteller.
And I say that in a good way, but
He's got many stories, but
yeah,
no story about his health.
$50. Melissa Craker.
Nice.
She there?
Lisa, yeah, she's there.
Oh, there you are.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Melissa, tell everybody where you're living.
The sunshine capital of the world.
Florida.
Tell them
St.
where it's
Thomas
at.
St. Thomas Virgin Islands.
Oh, nice. Ooh, St. Thomas.
And Pittsburgh Lakes.
Yeah.
Virgin Islands. And I've worked with her sister, a little bit with her mom, two of her sisters actually.
Mhm.
They live in Ohio. Oh,
Yeah.
Knowing
okay.
now.
The first 25.
The two of them. Let's drop one.
Okay. Carol Angel
Yay.
and the second 25.
We got 25, Carol.
Mhm.
You're muted, huh?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Carol's from Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to ask you next time how many years I've been with you, because it's been a lot of years too for me.
Yeah. I would say,
06 or 07, do you think, John?
Probably.
oh, no.
I see.
He first came, we were here. So that was after 2010.
Okay.
We moved in here 2010. He was when I first met him. And the second 25, Holly.
Holly.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I said, we met Holly at the show as well. She was one of the first ones, I believe, Saturday, weren't you?
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Okay,
Yep.
Sunday, yes. That's
Saturday
right.
you were
You were
booked.
one of the first ones on Sunday.
Yes,
Yeah. Well, I knew it was
We
in the
vis-
morning.
yes.
So,
We visited with you on Saturday, but you were booked on Saturday, so we scheduled.
yes, that's right.
Sunday.
That's right. We're booked. So,
Yeah.
Carol, May 11 of 2013.
Okay.
yeah.
11.
I know we moved in this location in 2010. I know I met you and Judy here in 2010.
Okay.
I mean, after that. So, okay. So you got Holly down for,
Yes, I do.
okay.
Thank you.
I hope everybody got some out of it. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Just remember, it's all about you. It's all about you. Okay. And Clayton, did you have something you wanted to say?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
You look like you were ready to say something. Okay. Everybody have a wonderful evening. And remember, just remember, we love you. We do from the bottom of our hearts. And as Clayton's father would always say, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So just accept it. Okay. Everybody have Sarah just said, your body is your temple, the only house you'll have your whole life.
Yeah.
Good thought.
Very
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
everybody.
Great.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Talk to you soon. Stay in
Thank
touch.
you.